people. I got my co-host back with me. She back out of hibernation. Hey.
Hi.
No shaking.
What's up, co-host?
Hey.
We also here with the Good Brethan Naji. We got the media network outlet, Houzmazoo. Is that how I said it?
Houzmazoo.
Houzmazoo. Okay.
Houzmazoo.
I was getting it fucked up with TJ Houzmazoo.
But honestly,
I was about to ask you, is that what that shit? Cause you kind of look.
NFL fantasy draft commercial when they was trying to select TJ Houzmazoo, but
Okay.
they didn't know how to get the name correct. And it was
Okay.
like, TJ, who's your mama?
Okay.
TJ Houzmazoo.
Yeah.
And that's how the name came about, honestly.
Respect.
Niggas in my neighborhood gave it to me.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody else in the city named that. I'm running with it.
Houzmazoo.
Yeah.
Nah, that's solid. So, give us a little background on who Zoe is, you know what I'm saying? We grew up in the city.
Zoe, Houzmazoo. Actually, I grew up like around the corner, like right off 12th Street, 12th and Hamlin area, like the Brooklyn area, Northeast, 26 years old, college educated brother. Someone who embraced the city, really, really, really want the world to see what Washington, D.C. is about, just not the political side,
Yeah.
I want to show y'all what D.C. about, not Washington.
Yeah.
So
You feel like this new DC is a spoof, man? Because this is like, this shit is just so different, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to get out of it now. I don't even really enjoy being in DC like I used to. I used to love and have like a strong affinity to the city, and I still love it. I just used to love it more.
it's like pros and cons with this new DC though. But I see on your other one when you was like you missed the old DC, how in other cities is gentrification going on, but they embrace the culture.
Right.
I agree on that. The culture here is not being embraced,
You know what I'm
but
saying? Like, everything that we grew up on is like kind of washed away now. You know what I'm saying? Like, go-go's, like, niggas don't even have go-go's no more, you know what I'm saying? Like, used to be block parties all up and through the hood. Like, niggas don't even have block parties no more. Like, shit is just wicked in DC now. You know what I'm saying?
kids don't even want to be in go-go bands no more.
Right. I remember niggas used to be at the Rex all day, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Rex is not even open for the kids no more to go and have fun and shit. It's just different, man.
Got you. Question: do you think Washington D.C., prepare the residents for what this city really about? Because this city is very powerful. Do you think do they prepare us to be able to compete with the young professionals that's moving here from out of town?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think they try to weaken us. You know what I'm saying? When you think about all of these high-rise complexes that you see, and think about how they're pushing residents out that were born and raised in DC that can no longer afford to stay in those properties once they rebuild and renovate. You know what I'm saying? So you pushing out families that were born here, generations of families that were born in DC, raised in DC, that they feel like they no longer have a place in DC no more.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the government's not really helping them when they allow these companies, these developers to come into the city and not only build properties and shit like that, but other amenities in the city that we don't have access to. You know what I'm saying? Like, they cut off access to the original people that was here. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, when you got the government not on your side, how the fuck can you win?
You're right. I feel as though we got a responsibility too, because we do got a lot of resources here. But they don't throw it in our face enough. Yeah, it's not advertised enough.
You gotta get the shovel and get the digging. And it shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't be that
You
way.
really do gotta get the digging,
Yeah.
because once you get there, they gonna give you the runaround.
Right. And that's another thing. Like, DC just makes shit so hard now, man. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I feel you though.
But let's get back to you, beloved. So, Houzmazoo Network, you know what I'm saying? What was the idea behind it, you know what I'm saying? And how did you even fall in love with, creating content?
That's a good question. How did I fall in love with creating content? I feel as though I'm just creative and it's just natural and people gravitate towards me. So I was like, man, I need to take advantage of it. But I didn't know what I wanted to do. I have a business degree. Always wanted to own a business. I'm a worker now, that's what pay the bills. But I didn't know what I was wanting to do. But
You still got time?
Yeah, but
definitely.
I was saying what was going on in DC, and it's like people like with Gabe, with the Stacks of Pearl. I grew up playing basketball with him. My other friend, he got the shop made clothing.
Yeah.
I grew up with these people, and they, really doing good things. And I see people doing good things: music, sports, fashion, just clothing a lot. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know what I'm gonna do, but a lot of people around me doing things. You got the podcast, and I'm gonna just put the spotlight on you all and give y'all a platform to let the world know what y'all doing. And it's really DC, and I'm gonna show y'all what's really going on in DC. So that's how that whole Houzmazoo Network thing came about, just platforming others and hoping it to get so big where once I put the camera in your face, 500,000 people know about you now in your podcast now, and they're reaching out to you, and that's all a part of Houzmazoo Network.
Absolutely. Now, I mean, that's kind of like the same way I started this podcast, you know what I'm saying? Not only did I see a shift in DC, but I was just seeing a shift in society. It's just like, it's a lot of things going on right now, and it's just like, I felt like I wanted to have a voice and to help my people out, you know what I'm saying? So educate my people, let them know that there are resources out here, there are people out here that's actually thriving, you know what I'm saying? So I see a lot of podcasts, and they're not really adding value. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to add value. So that's why I have people on here that are entrepreneurs. They have expertise in financial literacy, mental health, you know what I'm saying? Like, relationships, you know what I'm saying? Everyday shit that we go through and we deal with all the time, that you may not feel like you don't have nobody to talk to. Listen to this interview, it may give you the strength and the courage and may say, damn, let me go get some help, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me dig deep and get these resources to help me better myself. You know, I always say that after you listen to an episode of Mind Over Matter, you should be able to take something out of that, piece it back into yourself, and make yourself better, you know what I'm saying? So,
quick question, what's your definition of mind over matter?
Using your weakness as a strength. Overcoming weaknesses and seeing how you can make that into a strength.
Gotcha. I like that because I like to take obstacles and look at those obstacles as opportunities.
Absolutely.
So
that's how it should be.
I feel
you know what I'm saying? So how long Houzmazoo Network been in place?
I really got started, I want to say September 2016 is when I started the YouTube channel, but I didn't have no content. So my homecoming is October every year, so I started it at homecoming. So to get that, to still keep them out of towners, and let them in tune, to still keep them involved with what I'm doing. And I saw their reaction to it, so I'm like, okay, as long as I got the out of town, the city gonna rock with me. But when I get the out of towners and like them over there to, you know, gravitate to it, then it's cool. So I started it at my homecoming, then just brought it back, dropped the video. Everybody at homecoming was like, okay, we're gonna go to it, and then people in the city start reaching out. So, and then I was reaching out as well, like, hey, this is what I got going on. Anytime you want to speak to it, go ahead.
Tell me about the first time you picked up the camera.
First time I picked up the camera, I want to say, I pressed record. I don't know nothing about the camera, honestly.
So self-taught.
Self-taught. Learning. Taught myself how to edit, you know, ISO, you know, stuff like that. Still learning, but the first time I picked up the camera, I started pressing record, and then it's stuff that I like to do, like sports, you know, community engagement, and it was like around October, so November, so people was doing like turkey drives, so I'm like, oh yeah, I'm capturing everything, turkey bowls, everything, I'm everywhere with
Everything is content.
Everything is content, and it's really stuff I like to do, and the stuff I like to do is really culture. So
it make it easy. It's not even a job or something stressful. You just
I found a new passion, and then when I interviewed Gabe as well, and he was like, yeah, so I think you found your niche, and I'm like, you know what? I think this is my niche, and I never thought.
What did you initially think that you would be doing at 26? 10 years ago when you was in high school.
I had hoop dreams, but I thought I'd be getting at least paid overseas hooping. Okay. But I know why I didn't do that, because I ain't put the work in. But I told myself, man, once I find something new that I really, really like to do, I'm gonna put the work in. But honestly, I just see myself owning something. That's all I want to do. I just want to have my own business. That's it. I don't want the riches. I just want my own business. A comfortable life. Financial freedom and independence.
So let me ask you this. This is a funny question I'm gonna ask you, because I actually interviewed Gabe last week on the show, and we was talking about, you know, would you want to call yourself an entrepreneur? Because it's like, with that tagline, there's like a connotation behind that. You know what I'm saying? You expect it to all work, no play, no life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you grind until you 40, 50 years old, and then you got like 20, 30 years left to like really enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I'm really cautious of that term, entrepreneur.
Yeah, I'm a hustler.
Yeah. Okay. Same thing G said.
Yeah, I'm a hustler, and then it's like, but some people hear the word hustler and they think negative things, you know what I mean? Yeah. But entrepreneur, I guess that's like the paper way, you know, what people like to say.
I just feel like it's a saturated term.
CEO. Yeah. I don't even call myself a CEO. I just say I'm the founder, owner of Houzmazoo Network, because I feel as though I ain't get to that CEO level yet, even though this is mine, this is my LLC, but I just don't feel like I'm a CEO yet. So I'm a hustler. Nah, I'm a hustler.
I respect that. I respect that. So what would you say up to date is like the best piece of content you created, or like the best event that you was able to be a part of and cover?
I'm gonna say when I somehow I got on stage and I got a live performance with Shy Glizzy at Echo Stage.
That's all right.
But I went through so much to like even get into the building.
Yeah.
But
Those usually be the best stories.
yeah, and it was just like before they got on stage, I was on there by myself, and I just looked in the crowd, and I got this feeling. I can't even explain the feeling, but the first thing that went through my mind was like, I see why these rappers like this. And then it was just a good overall experience, man.
When was this?
January 27th.
Okay.
But honestly,
the John was cute. Okay.
Yeah, cute food, nasty, all the. I went through so much to get. He even told me to get off the stage. You feel me? But I ain't had no needed credential. It just happened, bro. But honestly, the craziest thing when I walk in these high schools to go to these basketball games, and the kids be like, "Hey, you Houzmazoo?"
Yeah.
And I be like,
That's
yeah, that's what really get me, and be like, dang, man, they know what's up.
Yeah, that's love.
So, but that glizzy in them kids, man, I ain't gonna fake.
That's love.
Yeah.
So,
man.
when we was chopping it up, earlier this week, you said that, you want to start a program for the kids to help inspire them and teach them and just give them an extra outlet, you know what I'm saying? So, why do you think it's important to give these kids an extra outlet or some type of motivation that they can get inside other platforms of media?
It's important just to show the kids that if you be yourself and apply yourself to what you're trying to do, it's anything can happen and it's possible. But I want to show the kids that you can do other cool things instead of music or rap. There's a lot of other ways that you can look cool or be cool,
Right.
and you don't have to be like the rapper or play sports. But that's what not.
You always got to be on the front scene.
Yeah, so just being different. That's what I really like to, show the kids. Being different. You can be yourself, but be different. And if you know what you want to do, just put your mind to it all the way. Just put your mind to it.
And it's something to take them off the street too. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like if you take them off the street, you gotta give them something to replace it with. You know what I'm saying? You just can't take them off the street and be like, all right, get off the street. You know what I'm saying? Then what? You know what I'm saying? You gotta replace it with something. You gotta feed them.
And I feel as though I'm trying to get into the schools, but I really don't know the route to go. But I see people in the schools.
Yeah.
I just don't know the route to get in there and really talk to the high schoolers, because they really know me.
Yeah.
They really know me. And I actually used to do City Year. You ever heard of City Year?
Yeah.
I was like working in the 4th grade classroom, so I know the younger kids as well. And it was a good experience. But I really like the high school, working with the high school youth. I think I can relate to them more and just show them, man, no matter the obstacles you face, if you're doing the right thing, then you're never wrong when you're doing right. So just try to do right, stay positive, do the right thing, man. That's all I try to stress.
How it feel when you walk into the schools and they automatically pick up who you are? Describe that
It
feeling.
feel good. It's like you gotta keep going, so you can't stop now. You just gotta keep going, because they watching.
Yeah.
They watching, and believe it or not, you may be a leader.
Right.
I may not know I'm a leader, but they may watch. They watch what I'm doing. They watching what I'm saying, and it's just like it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. Even my little cousin, he about 14. He see me with some of his favorite artists sometimes, but I'm just trying to make it.
Right,
He see me, and he like, I see you, cuz, and I be like, yeah, cuz,
I'm just grinding.
I'm just grinding,
Yeah.
and if you put your mind to something, you could do that. You could be around these type people. You know what I mean?
I was talking to G last week about that. I was just saying, like, at a certain point in time, you gotta grow up in life and understand that you have a certain level of influence that you may not realize that you have. You know what I'm saying? Like, your power may extend to far and beyond what you can imagine. So it's just, I was saying how I used to be wild on Twitter. I was saying like the craziest
It
shit.
stop.
I heard that. I
It
heard
did.
that.
It did not
I've
stop.
calmed down some, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I have
I
to
don't see
because
it.
I feel like I have.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see
Okay,
it.
so he's still turned up on the Twitter.
All the
Okay.
time. All the time.
That's not true.
It is true.
I'm better. I'm not the worst of what I've done.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like I realized that I got a bigger purpose now, you know what I'm saying? Like I got people that's really watching me, watching how I move, and I see it, you know what I'm saying? I get DMs all the time, I get text messages all the time, you know what I'm saying, bro? You know, good show, I'm proud of you, I see what you're doing, I like the movie, you know what I'm saying? So things like that you gotta take into consideration when you got a platform. You gotta be wary of the image that you're giving off of, because you never know who's watching you, you know what I'm saying? So that's things that I had to really sit back and just like, damn.
You right, that image word, man, it's just like, perception is reality.
It is.
You know? And like with me, I got tattoos, I got dreads and stuff like that. And you know, people define me, bruh. People define me. Even like my peers and like people that look, I feel as though look like me, they will define me and be like, or I was in college, right? You know, I be in all the
HBCU?
HBCU, Central State, Marauder Line. Only public HBCU in Ohio. I'm, you know, at all the parties. I'm even hosting, throwing parties outside every day. But that don't mean I don't do my work.
Yeah.
Man.
I got that stereotype.
Dean list. You hear me? Call my name, Alfonso Duckett, Dean list.
Yeah.
Niggas' jaws dropping like, so you do your work. I'm like, yeah. But it's I go through a lot, man.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Nah, that
It's
shit
like
is real.
inter-racism, bro.
Yeah. Like within our own people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I had a professor at VSU. I used to have dreads. Like this was back in what, 2012. I cut my shit like 2013. And he was just like, he used to always just be on my back, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess he was like a Muslim, and I don't really know what type of beliefs they got, but he just used to always come at me for my dreads, you know what I'm saying? Just like, it's like, Ellaby, if I saw you, you know, walking next to me, I'd cross the street because I think you try to rob me. Now, what type of shit is that? As an older black man, a black man that's in his 60s. So he grew up in a time where the civil rights era, oppression was probably at its highest peak. You know what I'm saying? So as a 60-year-old black man, what type of message is that to send to a 20-year-old? That shit blew. It was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That shit blew my mind.
Blow your mind. But I use like those. Like people say a lot, and I just like I take what they say. I use that as motivation. Like, okay, since y'all think I got this and that, that I'm this, I'm gonna show y'all that I'm that. So I just use. That's why I haven't cut. I never had a haircut.
Right.
That's why I ain't even cut my hair yet, bro.
And you know what?
I'm gonna make it with these.
I like that, cause when he said that, I was kind of like, damn. And he just kept saying like, yeah, nobody gonna hire you, nobody gonna do that. Ooh, I'm just like, damn. As a young 19, 20-year-old, this shit kind of like affected me.
Got you. Well, my fault for cutting you off.
No.
Would you respect it more coming from a white 60-year-old professor saying that if I was the CEO, I wouldn't hire you, Alfonso, because you come in here with your beard, your hair looking like duck poop? That's what one of my professors said to me. It was a white man though.
Wow.
But he I had A in this class. I ain't now take the final.
God,
but
damn.
he told me, he was like, honestly, Alfonso, if I was the CEO and you came into my office with your beard and your hair looking like duck poop, I wouldn't hire you.
Those are some words, beloved.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn. But I kind of like respect him because it was from a Caucasian
So when he
brother.
said that, what did you like?
I was just like,
That's some wild shit.
Hell no.
yeah.
Now see, I don't understand what.
But I think I'd get more offensive if a black man said it to me.
I don't think so.
I think it's offensive both
Oh,
sides.
it is both sides. It is.
Both sides.
I
But
think it's more offensive if someone that's not in your race says something like that, because someone in your race saying something like that, it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, you just sound stupid. But somebody outside your race, I'm gonna tell you to shut the fuck up, but I'm gonna want to fight you too.
Got you.
Like, it's just something about like when people outside, for me, when people outside of your race like try to like judge you or, you know, pass judgment or whatever, it's like what? Like,
see,
I don't know, it just makes me angry.
For white people, I never really took their word like to heart too much. You know what I'm saying? Because I
mean, well, we know that they don't know shit for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know.
Their word doesn't really matter too much.
No, I'm not just speaking on white people. I'm speaking on anybody outside of the African American race, because they're not the only people that pass judgment. Them damn foreigners, the ones that really can't speak
Black.
That's stupid.
Niggas be missing it.
Missing it, bro.
But that's how they curry shit though. Like Ethiopians realize be currying like towards black people, they are so rude and so mean. It's like, but you know, we are like kind of the same people. Like we know we might have different accents, speak different language, but we're the same kind of. But they treat us worse than they treat like Spanish people or like, you know, white people. It's like,
But you know what it is? I spoke with